Sunny.
Hey Siri, set a timer for 11:45. She may need more than, you can do a half hour with her. Hey Siri, set an alarm for 12, and then that could be it.
So what is the objective with her as far as your...
So Sunny has, may have a little girl now, so.
Okay.
So Mary's little girl is gonna work with Sunny. And Sunny hasn't been working. Sunny's done everything. She was a show pony, she was a camp pony. So I just wanna make sure she's safe for Mary's little girl. So yeah, so not so much tricks or
Right.
a little bit, but more.
So I know I had heard Mary last time she was wanting to lunge everybody. So does she have good lunging education?
Yeah, we could try. She has lunged, but I would certainly agree that the pony should be lunged before the kid gets on, and also she hasn't worked in 3 years.
Right. So I can do the lunging with this rope because I can communicate a little bit better to her, just to get her to where she understands the language if there's a language block on her.
And I would like Mary to learn it from you too, you know?
So I'm going to tell her to move out so she can use the whole circle. Out, out. So that's the one thing she needs to learn. Because especially on the lunge lines don't offer us any weight. So once it's flimsy between you and the horse, you have no control, or no communication, I should say. So she didn't understand out, so I'm going to tell her out, 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 out. Good. That's what I wanted. So she got a little offended because she's like, well, I don't know why you're telling me to do that. So I want her to understand that I'm going to refine it to nothingness there if she just does it because I gave her the body language to tell her to do it. So I'm going to tell her to move away from me sideways as an out cue, out, out. So she's going to swish her tail at me again because she's waiting for me to have to introduce her to the mechanics of it. Out, 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 out. Yes. Out, out, out. Yes. There. Good girl. Good. So that's my way of being able to tell her to utilize the whole circle. If I ask her to go out on a circle, I should be able to tell her to utilize the whole circle. So if I wanted to spiral her in and ask her to get real close to me, to keep going, I have a way to tell her out, out, and spiral her out, out, out. And then to draw her in, keep going. Yep. Out. Now tell her to go out, 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 out. So the out cue can be an actual side pass away, out, or a half pass, I guess, because she's moving forward. Out, 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 out. There you go. So I'm going to ask her to come back in so I can ask her to go back out. And I'm going to tell her to do it more as a half pass. Out, 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 out. There you go. Out, out, out. There you go. You're right. Invite her back in without giving her a miscommunication of stopping. Yeah, that's okay. You're good. So she asked because I invited her. She said, ooh, am I supposed to stop? And I don't want to make her wrong for it because she wants very bad to do what I'm asking, but she doesn't like that there's a language barrier yet. So she's communicating a little bit with her tail that she doesn't like that I'm telling her to do something she doesn't understand the definition of. So out, out, yes, good.
Oh, he's such a good pony. Look at that heel. Hey. She's a Welsh.
Yeah? She's a little Welsh.
She was like top bred Welsh in the country. The owner got her for her grandchildren.
Good. Out, 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 out. Good. There. You're right. Good. That's right. You're right. Keep going. Good girl. Yep. You're right. Thank you. That's not what I asked for, but that was good. You did good. Out, 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 out. Yep. Out, 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 out. Yes. There you go. Good. Good. You got it. You got it. Good. I know it's hard. Out. Yes. Out. 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 Yes. Out. 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 Yes. Good girl.
So if she were going to give a lesson on the lunch line, you would prefer it with this lead, or should I get a longer lead?
Did you guys get a 22-foot also, or do you only got two?
I feel like
12.
I did. Maybe I didn't. I have 2 reins and 2 of these. I feel like.
Yeah, these are both 12, so the 22-foot would be more lunge line length. I like the weight because you can have a better communication with them with the weight, but I just feel like you throw them out to the wind in a regular lunge line. So see if she has a trot cue. And then I like to make sure that they're just responsible. So I shouldn't have to keep telling her to trot. I shouldn't have to keep following her. I shouldn't have to keep nagging at her. A lot of people, when they lunge, they nag at the horse the entire time and don't give them any responsibility. So my extra kiss is just to say, don't break. So right here she wants to break, so I'm just going to encourage her through before she does. And then I'm going to leave her alone. Right here is where she wants to break. Get the cobwebs out. And then I'm going to tell her she can walk.
You just did it with your hand.
Yep. And I'm going to say, I know, I appreciate it. Thank you for checking. But I'd like you to walk. Yes. Yes, you're right. Good. So because she wanted to see if she did a good job, I'm going to tell her now. I'm going to wait until she gives me both ears forward. Try to encourage that by saying, I'm not putting pressure on you. I'm about to invite her in regardless. And I'll invite her in.
Pretty good, huh? She did pretty good.
Yeah, we'll get the other direction, make sure she's got the other direction. This little kid's not ready to do cantering yet, right? So we don't have to get her.
No, the little kid is teeny. Like just starting.
But,
I mean, that shot even to me was like fast with this little kid. But
well, and it wasn't 100% without an opinion.
yeah.
So,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Exactly what you just said. It wasn't without an opinion.
yeah, she arched her neck, she swished her tail. She told us,
Yeah.
I'll do it, but I'm not happy about it, and I'd rather have it be because she understands, and then she's happy to do it because she understands. So like this is obviously a nice little look to her. I'm gonna go ahead and ask her to chop. So we had all that communication. All that communication. And a lot in this direction.
She did tell me I'm a communicator. She doesn't like to go in circles.
Go ahead. Yep, you're right, good. Yep. I didn't tell you to stop. Just wait. Wait there. So the present look on her face, I'm going to tell her she can walk now. You can walk now. Walk. Walk. It's nice that you don't want to walk. Because I just encourage someone. Yep.
So if you think about what she's been through for 17 years, she was pretty much a slave in a lesson program. Her kids probably weren't listening properly. So
Sure.
she's gonna learn a new way and have it be pleasant. This is a learning process for her.
Now I'm going to tell her if she stays out there, she can turn her tail away. And when she asks me with both ears, no, not yet. So you want to get her to where she says, what else would you like from me? Or did I do good? You want her to care if she did good. You want her to say, did I do good?
Yeah.
And then be ready to back that up and say, well, of course you did. You know, like people tend to forget how much we don't talk to them, and then they also tend to forget how much we talk to them and don't mean to. I think just aimless lunging is going to make any horse a little sour. But if there's where now I can teach her to back, back, still talking, yep, back, back. So like now I might be able to help her. I'll tell her to go this way. Yep, good girl. Yep. So with the invite that I've offered her, it's going to confuse her at first, but then I'm going to go ahead and try to make my body language very clear. I'm going to ask her to change directions while she's out on that circle. So this is meant to come into me. Now I'm going to say, but not this time. But she should lick and chew to kind of say, okay, that was a little different. So I'm following her with my eyes this time because I want to make sure that I pick the right time with her expression. Yep, you're right. So I'm going to just wait on her. She's thinking about it. She just doesn't know. Yep, you're right. Yep, now move your feet. I can tell, yep, there you go, good girl. Right. So the worst thing you can do when you're teaching stuff like that is to say, get on, horse, you know, like, because she stopped, she asked, she thought things through, she's like, oh, what do I do? Probably the first time anybody ever stopped and said, I'm going to give you a chance to think about it. So like, here, she's thinking, good. And she did it right. So there was no reason for me to get mad at her for how long it took her, because this direction will be a little bit harder, because it took her a longer time to think it through. But the next time I tell her to go the other way, Yep, you're right, yep, good. But the next time I tell her to go the other way, she should have it pretty solid. But tell her to stop. Tell her she can come to me. You can. I know, I sort of stood back up. You can.
Yeah, what a different eye there. We have an eye that doesn't look like it's going to pop out of the head.
Yeah, and your goal, I didn't say leave, back. Your goal is to have a pleasant looking horse all the time, you know, because they're not wondering what was expected of them. They understood that you were having a conversation. You know, imagine always being kind of yanked this way and pulled on that way and things thrown on you and whatever, and there's never been a communication, or at least one that they understood. And you might have thought you were having one kind of thing, but you know,
One-sided, right?
very one-sided, and yet they still tolerate us back.
They're very forgiving. And then they get to the point where, like, why are they there? Like, I hate you.
Well, yeah, they can easily learn to hate humans, and yet they're trapped, so they pick their battles.
Yeah, and they hold it until they're ready.
Yeah.
You were so good, Daddy. I get very trapped. So I want to make sure Mary sees.
So the app is, figure out the when she's not going to do the reverse yet, so we'll work that out. But she don't know until we do it.
Okay.
Come on, Monday.
If the weather's good, if the weather's not threatening, because right now there's snow in the forecast that involves sleet also. So we'll see what Sunday means for me as far as travel, but definitely will be here tomorrow.